Hello there. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you some stories while sitting under this tree. And this will be a great way to improve your English. So all of these stories are actually going to be from my weekly newsletter. And the first one is all about how to make a bottle of rum. Yeah. So I created this 10-step guide to making the perfect bottle of rum. And this all stemmed from me going to some rum making experience thing with my friend in Bristol. So yeah, let's jump into this. Over the last 3 years, I've been teaching you English, but today I'm going to teach you how to make a bottle of rum. Standard career path, really. Very funny. Step 1, hydration. Before taking on any new task, proper hydration is key. So make sure to have at least 6 pints beforehand, and of course an espresso martini to keep you alert and get rid of any pre-rum making nerves. Yeah, true story. So this was on a Saturday in Bristol, as mentioned, and my friend came up on the Friday. On the Friday, we just got really drunk, obviously, because that's what you do when your friends comes to visit you. And on the Saturday morning, so this was at about 8 o'clock, I think this event started. And we left the house at about 12, so middle of the day. And we did have 6 pints beforehand, maybe more. And then we got to the place at about 7:30, a bit before, and had this espresso martini. If you don't know what an espresso martini is, it's basically black coffee mixed with vodka, some other stuff. That pretty much is what an espresso martini is. And it tastes delicious. It keeps you alert because of the coffee, the caffeine. Yeah. Step 2, pick your flavors. There are many different vibes you can go for with a bottle of rum, but finding the right pairings is paramount. Paramount meaning extremely important. Personally, I went for seaweed caramel, and that's all I remember. And the guy said you're supposed to go for one from each color, I think. Yeah, so we had an instructor there. There was about, I think there were 10 students on the course thing. It was basically in some bar. And there was a teacher and 10 of us, and each person left the room with a bottle of rum that they had made. So they had all of these ingredients, and the instructor was just telling us what to do. And they were feeding us drinks throughout as well. So it was, a fun event. Yeah, so they gave us this wheel with all of these different flavors, and we had to pick which ones we wanted for our bottle of rum. And as mentioned, I definitely went for caramel and seaweed, and well, that was a bit of a mistake. I'll tell you why in a minute. Step 3, photo for newsletter or Tinder. Yes, my friend took this genuinely candid photo of me. I've been sat at a desk for the last 3 months, so social events like this are newsletter gold. My newsletters are actually a bit like my Tinder, sent to loads of people, not many replies. See, these are funny. These stories are funny, right? And that's true, by the way. Step 4, weigh up your ingredients. What is planning without proper execution? And make sure not to accidentally switch the scales from grams to ounces halfway through, because that will lead to an extremely seaweedy rum. So yeah, here we are. This is my friend, and we have our ingredients, from the ones that we planned earlier using this wheel thing, and we are weighing it up. And that's a true story, by the way. We accidentally switched it from grams to ounces. There are 28 grams in an ounces, so suddenly everything became 28 times stronger. And that led to an extremely seaweedy rum, because I think we put the seaweed in last, and that was the only thing affected by the ounce changes. So we had 28 times as much seaweed or something like that as we should have had. We'll get to that in a minute. Step 5, enter the lab. Probably the easiest step of them all. Just walk for 10 seconds from the weighing bit to the lab bit. Yeah, so this reminded me of being in science class. In chemistry, they had all of this equipment, and we had our own station. We had the ingredients. They were feeding us drinks, just to reiterate. Like, everyone was fairly tipsy at this point. I mean, we had 8 pints before even starting this thing, 6 to 8 pints. So we were definitely tipsy. We were in control though, surprisingly. So yeah, this is definitely for adults. Step 6, make the rum. This is a beaker full of diluted ethanol, about 80% alcohol. Don't drink this. Well, maybe a tiny sip out of curiosity, but just don't make it a habit. And it's true, this is pretty much 100% alcohol. And the guy said, don't drink it, but he still let us drink a bit of it. To be honest, this guy, You could tell he was a bit sick of doing this, of guiding drunk idiots, teaching them how to make a bottle of rum, every single night. He probably does like 2 to 3 sessions per day, and he was just sick of it. He was drinking throughout the whole thing. He was going out for regular smoke breaks. So he was like, yeah, don't drink it. And then someone drank a bit of this, and he was like, yeah, whatever. I just don't really care that much. Do what you want. It's your body. But seriously, if you drink too much of this, you will go blind. Yeah. But it tastes pretty much exactly. If you've ever had absinthe, strong absinthe, it tastes like that. Just vodka times 2, to be precise. Very alcoholic, not very nice. Step 7, flavor the alcohol. Put some random flavorings into your alcohol to try and make it taste slightly less disgusting. I put some caramel in. Yeah, true story. Print your custom label. Add a personal touch with your own custom label. I went for Sangsom. If you know, you know. So Sangsom is a popular rum, I think it is, in Thailand. I'd just come back from Thailand at this point, so I had to pay homage to the alcoholic roots of Thailand. Yeah. Step 9 done. And this is it. This is the finished bottle. Ta-da! Enjoy your lovely bottle. As you can see, the top has been waxed shut, which is probably for the best. I'm not 100% sure how this tastes, but from what I remember, it's strong seaweedy. Oh yeah, it was so strong. Strong seaweedy, and that's about it really. Probably some hints of caramel as well. So we put so much alcohol in. When the guy tested it, he had to dilute it so that we were legally allowed to actually leave with this bottle, because it was far too strong before. It was a bit of a mess. And this bottle is just sitting in a cupboard somewhere and it hasn't been touched. This was last year, so it hasn't been touched. Probably for the best. One day I will crack it open, maybe, but I'm not in a hurry to drink it. Yeah, and this is the final photo. And that's how you do it. Did I make the nicest rum in the world? No. Do I remember what I put in? No. Is it even safe to drink? Probably not. But I did get drunk and make a newsletter out of it. And sometimes in life, that's all that matters. And at the end of every newsletter, we have a British meme. And this is what the Uber Eats guy saw the next day. And we have the ginger cat being me. And, you know, when the Amazon people drop off a parcel, they need to take a photo. And this is the cat sheepishly lurking behind the door in the dark. That's pretty much what the Uber Eats guys saw. And then I say what video we have coming up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, we've been going for 9 minutes. Look, I don't know if you can see this, but I've opened all of these tabs because I send one every Tuesday. So we have so many to choose from. All of these tabs, I thought we'd get through all of them, but it'd be about an hour-long video if we did all of these. So we'll just choose maybe 1 or 2 more. Let's go for this one. Okay, yeah, so they're not, each newsletter is a slightly different vibe. And yeah, you know, if you want to sign up, it's completely free. The link is in the top comment. You just need to hit the link, enter your email, confirm your email, and every single Tuesday you will receive something like this. Okay, so this one is called This Email Will Change Your Life. And I sent this, I think, 3 weeks ago. It's currently 9:15 in Japan, and I've just got home. I racked up 20,000 steps today whilst filming a new walk and talk YouTube video involving skateboarding, deer, ice cream, and more. The point is, I'm absolutely knackered, knackered being British slang for tired. And this brings me on to the topic of today's email, sleep. Now, I know that talking about the importance of sleep is slightly trite at this point, trite meaning cliche, you've heard it all before. But that's only because it's so important and, unfortunately, still slept on, if you will excuse the pun. So when we say that something is slept on, it means that not enough people pay attention to it. But proper sleep helps you look, feel, and think better. So here are 5 invaluable hacks I've learned over the years that have completely transformed my sleep. I had insomnia before, and that's partly true. Genuinely, I've always been so bad at sleeping. And it's something I've been looking into for years. And these are the 5 best tips, okay? Quick caveat. I know some of these are easier said than done, but I still think they're pretty feasible for most people. And a caveat is a type of warning or statement that you need to mention. And if something is feasible, it means it is doable. So, for example, traveling an hour to work every day is just about feasible. Traveling 3 hours to work every day, long term, isn't feasible. It's not doable, right? So try to leave 2 to 3 hours between your last meal and when you sleep. This one is so important. So digesting food means bad sleep. So let's say that you sleep at 9 o'clock. Your last meal should be ideally at 6 o'clock, although 6 to 7, the longer you leave, the better, right? Go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time every day. So a steady sleep schedule is a happy brain, you know. And to be honest with you, I only really do this on the weekdays, and I tend to sleep at 9 on the weekdays, wake up at 6. On the weekends, if I'm going out, I'm not going to be going to sleep at 9, am I? And my last meal probably won't be at 6. And I'm probably not going to be waking up at 6 a.m. every Saturday or Sunday morning. Sometimes I do, but this is a set rule for weekdays, okay? And to be honest with you, obviously every day would be better, but 5 days a week is still, you will still see the results. And that's coming from personal experience. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this wind to die down. That's better. Okay. Step 3, dim the lights 1 hour before sleep. This is such an easy one, and it does make a huge difference. So if you sleep at 9, at 8, go around and just turn off or turn down as many of the lights as you can. And if possible, no screens 1 hour before sleep as well. So you can read something or maybe listen to a chill podcast like the British Education podcast on Spotify. Yeah, all of my videos are on Spotify. So check that out and give me a 5-star review. I'd appreciate that. No caffeine. I'm joking. I have like 2-3 cups of coffee a day. Just try to leave at least 8 hours before your last caffeinated beverage and when you sleep. So if you sleep at 9, ideally cut off the caffeine at 1 o'clock. Sensitivity does vary massively from person to person. Like we all know that person who can have an espresso after dinner at 8 and then be asleep at 9, who just transcends all of these rules. But for most of us, I have noticed a big difference when I leave some time between the last caffeinated drink and bedtime, you know. Number 5, eye masks and plugs. This one isn't essential, but for me, blocking out all of the light and the sound obviously does help. So try implementing these for 1 week and just observe how much your sleep improves. And I think you genuinely will see a difference. The British meme this week: when I sleep 3 hours, we have the panda with the eye bags. 8 hours, nothing. 10 hours, the eye bags. Yeah, so there is such a thing as too much sleep. Something with the REM cycles. I think if you wake up after 10 hours of sleep, I think you're in the middle of a new REM cycle. So that's why you feel tired and look more tired, as if you had slept 2 hours fewer. Bit confusing, but I think 8 hours is the optimal time here. Okay, then we have the new video coming up, blah, blah, blah. Right then, let's see, we have so many we could do. 1 year of newsletters. About a year ago, on a Tuesday morning in Thailand, I randomly decided to start a weekly newsletter. 52 weeks later, here we are. That's a lot of newsletters. Well, about 52 to be precise. You see, we have some banter in these things. They're funny, they're fun. I don't know what to say. And this week, we're going to look back at some of the classics. Yeah, so this is kind of like a mini version of this video, a video inside a video, because we're going to go through some of the other old newsletters that I have written in the past. So this was on the 6th of the 8th, which is August 2024. I fell off a cliff. So this was actually my first newsletter, I think, or one of the first ones. And this is me doing some rock climbing. As you can see in this photo, this is clearly me falling off a cliff. You know, you have to get people clicking somehow, right? And this was on the 20th of August. I did something weird. This was crazy, by the way. So that's me. This is in Thailand doing a cacao ceremony. And as mentioned, this is kind of like a drug-free way of doing drugs. Basically, you drink this cacao stuff, which is extremely concentrated cocoa. So, you know, the thing that chocolate is made from. And it affects your brain and your body in a way that makes you feel like you're on drugs. It makes you very loving and it really opens you up. And we did like this deep breathing stuff, this exercise. I fell in love in Japan, from falling off cliffs to falling in love. I stayed in an Airbnb in Tokyo and this cat was my flatmate. So cute. Yeah. Oh, so cute. So cute. 22nd of October, I was arrested in Japan. A true story. The crime, riding a bike with headphones in. Yeah, this was Fukuoka, and I was cycling along, had my AirPods in, and a police officer stopped me. And he was going to give me a fine and a ticket, then realized that I didn't speak any Japanese whatsoever. And he kind of just realized that it would be more trouble than it's worth, or more hassle than it's worth. So it was like, all right, just don't do it again. Don't do it again. All right, I promise I won't. All right, joking. My washing machine broke. Yeah. Slow news week, very slow news week. This was in Korea. It was a Tuesday. I had nothing to write about. Thankfully, my washing machine broke. So I just, I wrote a whole newsletter about it. This is the guy that came and fixed it for me. My birthday, yeah. So the 11th of March, 2025, my birthday. I'm a Pisces, you know, that's why I like water so much. And yeah, my sister made this cake for me. It was absolutely delicious. This was on the 1st of April, 2025. This was a story about an art museum in Taiwan. I like art museums. I can't lie. 15th of April, 2025. A bear tried to eat me. Yeah. And, this was based on this photo here of me standing next to a bear. Turns out this isn't a bear. Obviously, this is a gorilla. So when I sent this, I had a load of replies saying, this is a gorilla, this is a gorilla, this is a gorilla. Okay. Right. This was the day I learned the difference between a bear and a gorilla. Okay. I was tired. I was trying to send this newsletter. Give me a break, right? This is a crazy one. This did not get enough attention. So the 6th of May, 2025, I gave someone a tattoo. So I did a drunk drawing of my pet dog, my toy dog thing, Doggy, on my friend's arm. And she literally got it tattooed the next day. So this is still on her arm. We were in a bar and it was one of those like quirky bars where they have the pens and you can write on the walls and stuff like that. My dog was there. So I just did a quick sketch and she was like, I kind of like that, you know. So the next day, now it's just on her body forever. Yeah. All right, the 20th of May, 2025, I'm quitting YouTube. So the second time I realized my great artistic abilities, the first time, of course, being this tattoo sketch. I drew this, actually. I thought it was pretty good. This was an art museum in Scotland. And if you look closely, you can see the Henry the Dog British education style. Yeah. This was me in Scotland with Doggy. This is a crazy story. You know what? If we do a part 2, I will lead with this story. It's crazy. I can't really be bothered to go into this right now. But yeah, I almost joined a Korean cult. I'll save it for another video. How to make a bottle of rum. Of course, we've already done that. And yeah, that's it. So let's look at the British meme. I live in England, but not in London. Americans. How is that possible? Huh? What? Really? But honestly, that's true. But it's not just Americans. And we have the new video coming up every Friday. And that's it. So we have so many of these. We have a bank of about 2 to 3 years worth every single Tuesday. I send these, the link's in the top comment. All you need to do is click the link, enter your email, make sure to then go to your email and confirm it. And every Tuesday, I will send you a newsletter. Yeah, I really enjoy doing it. It's one of the highlights of my week. And I think it's one of the best things about my channel, my brand, whatever you want to call it, because I write all of them myself. None of this is AI. Right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you want a part 2, please do let me know. I'd be more than happy to get into nature and make another one of these. And yeah, if you'd like to watch another video of mine, then I'd recommend checking out this one right here. So this is another video of me exploring some nature, kind of like a vlog style, but I'll be teaching you English. And that's about it. I post new videos every single Friday, so make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you again next week for another lesson. Cheers. Goodbye.